paparazzi. San Giovanni is a bit more expensive, but if you go inside, you find my all-time favorite. That's it, Anna. Raphael is my very favorite one. If you are two people and want to book, don't tell him we are two, because for two, he does not take booking. Tell him you are three and one did not come. Because when I try to book for two, they always say, you come and wait, you come and wait. I haven't been there over a year. I don't want to go and wait. If I want to eat, I want to go sit down and eat. If I want, I cook at home. That's my mentality. So on your right here, this area, we have the bridge over there on top. On your left, a modern church, one of the more modern churches of Malta. And all the area here used to be a valley, so you can see why in Malta we have flooding. We have no valley which remained a valley. We built up all our valley, something which we should not have done. We are going to the center of the island on our way to Valletta. Just a short explanation about Valletta. Valletta was built by the Knights of St. John. The Knights of St. John, these very rich people, noble people. Okay, no. No, the person who broke my heart, but I cannot hate him. I cannot hate him. So, let's forget. No, it is not me, So, on your left you will see soon where I was born again. I don't need to repeat that. Maybe for the husband and for the son. Yes, it is always. And they were homeless for 8 years. 1530, the King of Spain, Charles V, gave them Malta under one condition. They had to pay him one Maltese falcon, one Maltese eagle a year. And take over also a fortification in North Africa. They were not very happy to have to defend a fort in North Africa because at that time it belonged to the enemy. But beggars can be choosers, they had to take up Malta. And they said somebody before to make a report on Malta. Today would be somebody from Belgium, from the EU, coming to write a report. And this man said, Malta, a country, no greenery. We're talking 500 years ago now. No greenery, no forest, no river, everywhere stone. The people speak a language of the savages. That's what the report was about, but they came to Malta just the same. They attracted the enemy, as we said, and they lived in a place called Vittoriosa. I will show you this place from Valletta, because they couldn't live, they didn't want Pindina, because they had a lot of boats, a lot of galleys. Suleiman the Magnificent had been a gentleman, he was a gentleman. To let them live with everything they had, under one condition. They were not allowed to attack his ships. He told them, live in full glory. Those who want to live with you, they can go. Take what you want. Leave roads to me, but don't attack my ships again. The knights quickly forgot their promise and started pirating his ships. Suleiman, who was an older man now, he regretted his decision and planned a big attack on Malta. The first one, 1551, was the trail run, and from 1530 to 1565, 35 years had passed, and he sent his big armada to destroy the knights once and for all. His armada came in May 1565. We had idea they were going to attack us. They must experience it. So I was arranging the pickup points for dancing after. So the battle, they won in September, so the knights decided to build a new city to fortify the peninsula. And what you see on your left is one of the harbors surrounding Valletta. Valletta, I will show you, is a peninsula, so it has got a harbor on its side, Valletta has got a harbour on its side, and this is on your left hand side the Malta harbour. The Malta harbour. On your left you see some embassies, some beautiful British houses, 1800, which have been turned into a embassy. On your left, this whole peninsula, on your left is the area which makes up Valletta, and the town in front of Valletta called Floriana. So the peninsula is made half Floriana and half Valletta. Valletta was built after the Battle of 1565. We got a lot of help from the Pope. We got a lot of help from France, from Spain, from Italy, from Europe, because people said Malta is the bottom part of Christianity, is the bottom part of Christianity. If the enemy takes Malta, the enemy can access the granary. The knights used to store wheat underneath the ground here, the granary area, because we have to import everything. This is still Floriana here. On your left you see the Phoenicia Hotel, which is famous because Queen Elizabeth of England was there a couple of times. And the walls on your left start the beginning of Valletta, the beginning of the town of Valletta. So from here starts Valletta. So what we're going to do is to see the view. Don't you worry, we're going to see the view properly from the garden. And we're going to see our walking tour will be to see the houses, the churches and the gardens of these Knights of St. John. Each country had its own garden and its own church. While the big church, the Court Cathedral, was the common church of all the knights. That women in the short hotpants causes many accidents every day. Many drivers, many people get excited when they see her. So she causes many accidents every day. So we are on the top part of Valletta today. Do not forget anything, because we are getting back to our Dunstan, that's our driver Dunstan, at 9 o'clock. So whatever you need, you bring with you. What you don't need, you bring it too. Because we have many other jobs until Dunstan comes for us. Underneath here, we had a dungeon. If you weren't there, you weren't very happy about it. And if they condemned you to death, you would start the procession from here, walking all the way to Floriana. Wasn't a very nice walk. But if you were only a little bit naughty, only a little bit, no. Those full of shoes, very nice one. On the right, Larry and Co, a lovely one. I love it too. Those who are a little bit naughty, like our Antonio for example, they would put him over here, look. For example, somebody stole after the decorations of the night. Inside today we have the Parliament of Malta on the first floor and the office of the President of Malta as well. There's also, you can visit the staterooms if you come before closing time, and you can see, for example, the ambassador's room, a very beautiful room which we call the dancing room, frescoes from the 1500s which show the Battle of the Great Siege in great detail. But on the
my father, my grandfather, I don't know how many generations. My wife is a baker, my father is a baker, I don't know how much generations. Because we are coming from the village of Ormi. And Ormi is the Malta, the house of bakers. In fact, in the old times, it was not Ormi, it was Casa Fornaro, the house of bakers. They are proud that they are from the village, and they are proud.
From the village, our Dennis
Dennis is from our village.
from there.
What's going on?
That's because he's a bright son. Yes. Yeah. And probably a baker, because it is a very old tradition. Around the world, the bread is necessary. And we are speaking about that type of bread, which is the Maltese traditional loaf. And the secret of this bread is a very simple recipe without additives, without nothing. The secret is the mother dough, the sourdough, and you know, fermentation. It's not, it's needed 3, 4, 5 hours, depends the weather, and depends the time of the year, but not less than 3-4 hours. And this is recipe coming from the same dough. Because in the old times, when the families are 10, 12, 14, and for example, by this time,
I do a similar the meal is coca.
And in Portugal, flambo, something similar.
But the coca, it's the same bread,
Yes.
and you put
These you can find them.